Hi, I am Ms. Christina Osenor, and today we will discuss about our dynamic Earth. But first, we will have a quick look back at the natural phenomena that commonly occur in our country. Do you still remember one of the most talked about geologic event that happened at the beginning of 2020? Let us start with this picture. Are you familiar with this landform located at Batangas? This is the Taal volcano. Earlier this year, it erupted, which causes the displacement of the residents of Batangas and nearby places. Let's take a look at the next picture. This is the Mayon volcano located in Albay, Bicol. Like the Taal, scientists have also recorded several eruptions of Mayon throughout the history. Now, have you ever wondered how these majestic yet dangerous volcanoes are formed? Together, let us discover the science behind the formation of volcanoes. Today, we are going to discuss what happens when oceanic crust and continental crust collide, identify the geologic features associated with oceanic and continental crust collision, and explain the different geologic processes that occur along a plate boundary. Before we go further, let us first review the characteristic of continental crust and oceanic crust. On the right side of the screen is the continental crust, and on the left side you can see the oceanic crust. Looking at the gray area in this diagram, the two crusts differ in their thickness. From this picture, we can see that continental crust is thicker than the oceanic crust. Aside from their thickness, as you can see on the table, scientists also concluded that oceanic crust is denser than the continental crust. Moving on, let us discover what will happen when two different types of plates collide. Let us discuss the continental and oceanic plate convergence. An animation here depicts the collision of oceanic and continental plate convergence. Observe that as the oceanic plates collide with the continental plate, oceanic plates bend downward. This is due to the denser and thinner property of oceanic plate. This process is called subduction. Let us take a closer look at the subduction process. Here's an animation of subduction process. As you can see, oceanic plate is sinking beneath the continental plate and bending downward going to the mantle. In essence, subduction process is the sinking of one plate beneath the other plate. Let us go back to the collision of two plates. Now, let's look at the edge. Let us look at the edge of the oceanic plate as it continues to move downward. Looking closely, you will notice that the leading edge of the oceanic crust will start to melt because of the high temperature in the mantle. These molten rocks from the previously solid crust is called magma. Since there will be a formation of magma beneath the continental crust, a geologic feature will be formed on the top of it. Can you guess what? Here are the geologic features that will form on the top of the continental plate. Those are volcanoes and volcanic arc. So as you can see, the rising of the magma will give way to the formation of volcanoes. Here's another animation of how volcanoes are formed. As you can see, as the eruption occurs, there will be an accumulation of lava that has been released by the volcano. This causes the volcano's high and cone-like structure. But aside from volcanoes and volcanic arc, other geologic feature is formed during this type of plate collision. As you can see in this picture, there's a deep, narrow depression formed between the two plates. This is called ocean trench. Ocean trench is a narrow, deep depression on the seafloor. As the plates are moving toward each other, the movement in the crust will be felt as earthquake. Another notable geologic event that will happen during the oceanic and continental plate convergence is the tsunami. Here's another animation to explain how tsunamis are formed. From the animation, we observe how tsunami can be generated during the collision of oceanic plate and continental plate. From today's lesson, we learned that first, subduction process will occur when oceanic plate collides with continental plate. Next, the geologic feature that will be formed during this type of plate boundary are volcanoes, volcanic arc, and trenches. Lastly, earthquake and tsunami will occur when oceanic plate collides with continental plate. Now, just a quick review. Let us try to answer the following questions. First, what process happens when continental and oceanic plates collide? The answer is subduction. Next, what geologic features are formed when continental and oceanic plates collide? The answers are volcano, volcanic arc, and trenches. Last, what geologic event will happen during the collision? The answer is earthquake and tsunami. That's all for today about continental and oceanic plate convergence. Thank you.